recording. You posted my Twitch, Chelsea? Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Posted your Twitch on the general chat.
Is my stream working, by the way?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Some
Ian's
echo.
here. Cool.
Wait, which one do we watch?
Watch mine.
Oh, is there echo because on my stream?
Yeah, but if you guys are watching Caroline's stream, just there's a in the bottom right there is the audio icon, the speaker. Just lower the volume or mute it.
Or what if I just lower it? There.
I think. Oh,
Is it gone?
does it work that way? I don't know.
I don't know. Did it fix it? Hold on. I should also put the Discord chat on a different screen.
All right, while we figure that out, my name is Dylan June Hotchat. We're doing this again. We go through another introduction.
Every time.
I'm a freelance illustrator and concept artist from LA. I work mostly in the movie poster industry, but I also do character designs on the side as well. I'm the co-founder of Resolution Art and this Discord. Joining us today, we have Chelsea Blecka, published illustrator and VisTep artist. She's currently working at DreamWorks Animation. She's previously worked with Tycho Studio, Wild Canary Animation, and Macmillan Publishing. She's also the co-founder of the Resolution Art and this Discord.
And I will be talking through Dylan's mic. So my name's in the chat, but it looks like I'm muted, but we're in the same room.
Yeah, we're in the same room, so we're
So-
sharing a microphone.
When you see Dylan's name light up and my voice, it's me.
And back again, Ian Su, background painter at Titmouse, concept artist for Riot, The Mill, and Aquatic Moon. And today we have Caroline Cho, background designer at Titmouse, previously worked for Shadow Machine and Jumpstart Games, and freelance for Starburns and Wizard of the Coast. All right, are you guys ready? Up first, we have Ka Anle.
How do you say your name? Is this
I
person
see
here?
you're in the chat.
Hi, it's
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you have the portfolio up.
Yeah,
right, Dylan?
you guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So real quick before we start, for everybody else in the room, if you are not getting a review, just please stay muted because we really have to get through this quickly. So we don't really have time to talk to a bunch of people at the same time. So thank you. All right. Let's take a look at this. Visual development. It says here you're a student right now.
Yes, I'm in my last year.
Last year. Nice. Ooh. Oh, we were looking at this the other day. Yeah, that's a lot
Nice
of
stuff.
drawing. A lot of lines.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa, what is this? Carbon mate? It's fancy. It's like when
Oh,
I
the-
scroll up, it exits the room.
Yeah.
Oh,
gallery.
Exits when you scroll.
And then I notice here, this is actually a title card for.
Oh.
That's really
Actually,
cool.
I didn't. It's cool, but I didn't know that.
Yeah,
either.
so just be careful. Like this is one thing. So we'll talk about the layout and presentation first.
Also, this is
of
like
your,
generic stuff that can apply to everybody too.
yeah. I'm just viewing through this, and if you notice, we didn't know that this was.
Yeah, you actually have way more work than I expected.
Yeah.
Than I thought.
And this
Which
is
is
really
good.
good stuff, but just be mindful of that. The people who are hiring you are much older, and a lot of them are not tech savvy, and they might not click on all of this stuff. So make it easy for them. Maybe you might want to consider having I don't know, like a drop-down menu or something of all these projects. If the better way to do it is just to separate them into different pages.
I think actually, I think an easy thing is like you have like pretty cool titles. If you oh wait, can you go back?
I don't know
Like
how.
you have pretty cool titles on like all of your projects. I think you could just make the text like really big and just in the center.
Yeah, just fill out the whole
Oh
whole
yeah.
painting with the title. Like make this
Yeah,
title
yeah.
bigger so we
That's an
know
easy
That's a good
that
point.
this is just a title. Because when I looked through this, I thought that you just have 3 pieces.
Yeah, and I think it's fine because like they can still see the image. I mean, they can't see the full image because the text is like in front. But like,
Yeah,
I
but
imagine
then when they
if
click on
wanted
it,
to
then
see
they'll
the
know
full-
like, oh,
yeah.
there's more here.
Yeah.
Wait, go back to the main page.
This one?
Yeah, it does say though. It does say projects, short films. But if you notice,
It does, but
we
you
did
know,
not
who
read
reads?
that.
I didn't read it.
So, and
I don't
that's
know how to
something
read,
that
man.
These people are stupid, and we have to cater
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
so kind of expect that people aren't gonna like read and they're just gonna.
I
kinda
will
click
give you though,
around.
the transition on this website is pretty seamless. Like
It's cool.
there's no
yeah.
lag or anything. I really like it. But just it's a little fancy. You know, like one good advice we will have is the least amount of clicks possible for people to get to your work.
Yeah.
But yeah, wait, let's check out. So layout is just 3 of them. About page, let's look at this. I love this. Nice
I
and
actually
clear.
feel like this is pretty well curated because
Yeah, the website
it's-
looks great.
a
The
lot of stuff that
resumes
we'll
over
look at
here.
is like it's just so much work and it's
Oh.
pretty like clean.
I'm on Acrobat now. Nope, let's not do this. Go back. I don't know if it's possible to make this open in a new window instead, but that's minor. Don't worry about it. If you notice, I didn't read what you wrote. So just FYI, all of this.
A lot of times people
All right, let's read it. Let's read it.
People will skim too. Like if it's one piece of advice that we'll give is like have it.
This is good. This is short.
Yeah. I think it's honestly, I think it's fine. But there's sometimes people will put like a ton of stuff and do not put any more than honestly what's here.
Found the Instagram.
That's-
All right, let's talk about the work.
So
You're trying to get into animation as a VizDev artist, right?
Yes, that's right.
This is
Three.
pretty good, pretty straightforward VizDev portfolio. You have all the stuff that, oh,
Really like
oh,
the
look
shape.
at these are like the,
So cute.
I know.
Mhm.
Wait, what is this project?
I also like that you have these artistic influences along the top
Yeah,
too.
that's cool. What? He's going on an adventure.
Go to the color script.
This one?
I do think you could push your color a little bit and have more variation in the color script.
Yeah, they all have the same
Yeah,
palette.
usually like in feature, like we'll have a very distinct color theory, and it'll kind of like the color script is supposed to take you, you know, beginning, middle, end, and it's supposed to, you know, evoke a certain kind of mood and everything. And if you can kind of establish, you know, what colors are gonna evoke what mood in your project, it'll help you go through that color script a little easier. Because I feel like if you squint at this and you kind of look at the overall colors, they're kind of all blending together. So I think if you push that a little more, it would make it stronger. But the color is nice.
Yeah, okay, more color variations. Okay, noted.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's just like
It's just organization.
as the
yeah.
story progresses, there's different time of day, different lighting, like they're in different environments, so they should have different colors, you know? Let's look at some other projects.
Oh, I was gonna say something about the last one really fast.
Okay.
'Cause- yeah, well, I'm gonna defer to Chelsea's opinion, but I feel like the detail density could be organized a little better. because like there's a lot of texture on like
Hmm.
the certain areas, which draws my attention to it, but it's not necessarily the most important part of the piece.
What's the thing
Is
that Ian
that
said the other day? Like,
I
if
get what you're
everything is
saying.
interesting, then nothing is interesting.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
like
Yeah.
the focal
that.
point is hard to.
I think
Your eye jumps around.
yeah, very much so in like the first painting, or actually it was like more in the middle, like that one, at the foot
Yeah.
of the cliff. I mean, obviously we're supposed to look at the character, but like everything in the painting is like so well rendered, and everything is so colorful. Everything has a unique shape. So, you know, again, if everything is unique, nothing is. So, you know, you want to direct the eye so that it doesn't just appear to us as like a blanket of noise, but as opposed to like a something with hierarchy, something with visual hierarchy.
I see, I see. I see
And
what you mean.
we do that by varying up the sizes of the shape and lowering the contrast in terms of values and colors on the elements that are less important and leave the contrast on the focal point, right?
Yeah.
One of the
so
most.
like
Yeah, this is a
Oh.
great example. Like,
No,
there's a
go
lot of
ahead, go
information
ahead.
on this tree here when I think you can cut that down and just
I was
kinda
gonna
leave
say
it.
like those textures on those like brown things are cool, but they're really distracting, and I would just like lower the contrast on that stuff, so you don't get as distracted by it.
Okay, let's get to this.
One of the most valuable things that I've learned as far as color goes is to use it with purpose. I naturally gravitate toward using a lot of color, and so it was really helpful for myself to learn to like kind of focus it and use it as a way to draw your eye to the focal point, which is something, that they just said.
Okay, actually, I want to say something about these color scripts. I think that you have like pretty good color sensibilities. I think one thing that you're lacking here, as well as in the other color script, is let me pull something. This is from Peabody and Sherman. I'm just gonna post it in the
Okay,
Lightbox
I'll
chat.
grab.
But I think it's a good example of color scripts that show, because it's like a 3D film, but it shows objects being affected by their light sources. So a lot of these are very cool, but then there's also like the red light source from like the flames, and that's very well portrayed in these quick color scripts that they've done for the movie. And I think that's something that you can definitely introduce into yours, because right now I'm seeing a lot of the colors, they kind of feel like they exist in their own world, which might work in a stylized film, for example, but I'm kind of assuming here, but we all generally want to work for studios like uh Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, yada yada. Like this might work for a studio. Who did Life of Kells?
Oh, Secret of Kells.
Secret of Kells.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cartoon Slip.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cartoon
Like
Saloon is great.
I think your style works for a very niche film like The Secret of Kells, but generally a lot of studios now, they want you to have a good sense of like how colored light affects forms and so on and so forth. And I think that's definitely something that you can introduce into your color scripts as well as like your other paintings.
But even like, I just looked Secret Kills up, right? Like, there's the colors are pretty organized and purposeful, and same thing with the hierarchy of contrast and design, right? It's very clear here what this piece is about. Even something like this.
Values are organized really well too. That's something that's really important with color that
Yeah.
should be mentioned.
I love this movie, and I can't draw like this to save my life.
See this? Boom. Okay, let's get back to this.
Really cool shapes, though.
Yeah, like yeah, ellipsis in perspective. You got it. Spiral staircase. Come on.
Dang.
Come on.
Ambitious.
The drawing is really good.
Good job.
Yeah. I like the texture callouts too, with Stingray. And it's also nice that you actually know 3D modeling, so you understand the pipeline too. You have all the stuff necessary to direct modelers.
Yeah.
Oh, this
I
was
think-
in the layout.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
For some reason, the website breaks sometimes.
Well, I guess I like for that specific piece, I like the layout more than the color version. I think
Yeah,
would be
I
the
think
transition
again it's
to
like
color.
it's like the recurring problem of there's not a very strong focal point. Like there's not a very strong visual focus.
I can't see the layout anymore.
Oh
It's weird.
no.
Refresh it. Refresh the page.
I think something got lost in the transition.
There it goes.
That might be on your end, honestly.
It's back. It's back.
I don't know.
You're like clicking around too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go back to the painting, like you can see how there's like, so you have like these red neon lights all over the place, which is like, you know, how this kind of setting should be. But you know, for illustrative purposes, it's kind of just all over the place, and you know, we don't really know where to look because everything's popping out at us.
My suggestion for at least like all the lights is because like they're equally bright everywhere, but in reality, or like for artistic purposes, I would lower the value of like all the lights that are in the foreground. Or reduce the brightness.
Yeah, same idea,
yeah.
right? You want to create a focal point, and you do that by lowering focus in other areas.
I almost want to
Okay,
see, like, because you're wanting it to get into Viz Dev. I almost want to see more callouts, like
Yeah, some of
whether
there
it's
is
I
some
mean,
like
you
this.
have them, but
Yeah.
I almost want to see more.
Stinger one has good callouts.
Yeah, because it's mostly, I mean, mostly what I'm seeing is like illustration, and which is totally fine. But I think if you have more like production work in here, it'll help you get hired.
Yeah. And I think the overall theme here is all of your projects are very like fantasy. They're kind of in this magical world, and that's cool, but you know, that's the movies that you will be working on are not always going to be in this world, and you want to show that you can kind of do real world stuff as well, right? Like think of any animated movie that's come out so far. Like most of them exist in the reality world, you know. Of course there's some magical elements to it, or even the ones that take place in the magical realm. Sometimes, you know, like in the beginning of the movie, it's a little bit more realistic, a little bit more down to earth, and I think moving forward, just maybe do more of that, just to kind of like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would vary it. Yeah. We should probably move on to the next person because we're
Yeah.
getting long. But you have really great work, and yeah, I think just keep going and I mean, you can keep building off of these projects. Honestly,
Yeah, these
They're
drawings are
interesting
really good
and-
too. So
yeah.
we
Cool.
got that down.
Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. It really helps. I worked on everything and I tried to improve on it. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Harris. All right. Cool. Thank you. Can you say your name one more time? She
Are they
gone.
here?
Okay, guess not.
Oh,
Alright.
all right,
let's
we're
move
moving
to
on.
the next one.
Oh no, this is not.
Okay, we've
Let's
got.
take-
Oh, we got Gil.
Is this Gil? Nice. Okay.
Hello, Gil.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't see this before.
Gil, are you graduated
I,
already?
yeah, I graduated in 2019, so
Okay.
I've been in work for a bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is this just only blurry on my end? Oh,
Oh, there it goes.
it took a while.
Right, so just sorting your work out into more categories.
Are you trying to do animation?
I've done some animation. That's why some of this is here, yeah.
But do you want to be an animator?
Not specifically.
I would cut it. Just
I
leave
would-
it out
yeah.
of your portfolio.
If you, whatever you, this is for everyone, like, if you don't want to do something, do not put it in your portfolio. And because people are going to expect that you're going to do it. People are going to ask you to do it.
Either they're gonna hire you to do it and you don't want to do it, right? Or it's gonna take away from the work that you want to actually do because it's kind of distracting. And when I look at this, it's like, I'm not really sure what you want to do, you know? So
You always want to trim the fat.
yeah, and you have a lot of work here, so.
Oh, to get back to it, you have to type in /portfolio on the homepage.
Oh,
so
I see.
Yeah.
Have a different link.
Hmm.
Wait, how's that different than homepage?
One's like slightly smaller. Oh, it
Oh,
has
there's
less
more
work,
work.
too.
There's way more
There's
work.
more work in there.
Oh.
It's because I
Ah.
had some NDA stuff in there, and I wasn't sure if this was going to be recorded, so usually I have the NDA stuff under the /portfolio link.
Did you take it out? Because this is live.
Yeah, I took it out. I took it all out.
I'm like,
I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
some
to
people
cut that out
given
of the
us-
recording.
Some people have given us passwords, and I'm like, this is awesome.
yeah, I'm not gonna
No.
look
We
at the
can't review
password
this- We
protected
can't
stuff.
review this publicly.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
I put the password thing on the application, so that was my fault. But that was
Yeah, no,
that
I-
was so we could look at this to work.
Yeah, before everything, I just like trimmed
Yeah.
out the stuff that I can't show, like that's under NDA.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So everything here is like all good.
Cool.
Got it. Wait,
There's a lot of scrolling though.
I'm gonna look at other work.
Yeah.
And then I'm
What
gonna look
kind
at
of?
about page real quick. Okay, this is good. Like all your information's here.
Yeah.
Wait, is this an image?
Out though? I hope you can save it out, because people.
Oh, okay. I got one comment for you. You know when I click on this and it's like, it's a mail to link. You see on the bottom corner of my screen.
Yeah.
What's that meant to do is it'll open. See, it's a mail to link. It'll open like if they have a mail app or like Outlook or something. It'll open on there, but you don't want it to do that, right? Because
Oh, okay.
some people are not using those programs and it just kind of gets weird. So just make it easy for them to just copy and paste. I would just have the text out, which I can do it here, but it's also a link, and don't do the link.
Okay.
But everything here is good. Contact. Yeah, you have your email here. Yeah, don't do the mail to link. Just do the have the
Just
thing
the
written out.
text.
Okay.
What's your specialty? Like, what are you trying to get into? Is it character design?
Yeah, character design.
Okay. Well, you got turnarounds. That's good.
Yes. A lot of turnarounds. Expression
Turnarounds
sheets.
be a bit cleaner on the first one though.
Tighter, right?
Yeah.
Turnarounds are not like sketches, right? Because you're going to be sending that off to a 3D artist, so it needs to be pretty clean. You got everything. There's expression sheets, variations, lineup, turnarounds. These things are cool, but what do you guys think about having stuff like this? It's like product design.
I wouldn't have it all on the same page, like, cause I think some advice that I got from when I was getting my portfolio reviewed by people is that you don't want them to scroll a lot to see everything, because they're probably gonna stop partway through and then they're gonna miss like half of it. So like all this stuff with like
Yeah, organize it a little
Probably
bit.
lost and your commissions and all that. I wouldn't put it on the same page as the stuff you're trying to find like professional animation work with. It's like it's cute, it's nice, but it's not super relevant.
Mm.
Let's talk about the characters. What do we think?
I'm not a
That's-
character person.
I know. I was gonna say I'm
Oh,
gonna sit
that's-
this one out, and I'm gonna let Dylan and Ian
That's me
take
and
over.
Ian.
The character people.
Yes.
I mean, I like what you're doing. This is exactly character design work, right? Like you have everything that we're looking for. This is cool too. I think just be a little bit more mindful of the shapes of the character. Like shape language, right? Like triangles are going to be more aggressive. Circles are going to be a little bit more friendly, a softer personality. And like a square or rectangle, it's a little bit more stable personality, right? Like use that to your advantage, and you can vary up the body types a little bit more. If somebody is like really big and buff, just exaggerate it, make him even bigger, right? And if it's somebody who's like skinny and scrawny, just exaggerate it, make them even more skinny or something, sell their personality through the shape language a little bit more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at the end of the day, your portfolio is meant to be a demonstration of what you can do for the studio or the client you're, gonna work for. So like the first couple of characters, they all essentially have they have very similar body types. I can see clearly one of them is like taller than the other. One of them is maybe stockier than the other, but for the purposes of like a recruiter, for example, they all kind of serve the same purpose. Like, okay, you can draw this body type, you can kind of turn them around. So in that sense, a lot of the the first six characters is it's kind of redundant because they already say the same thing, essentially. So yeah, like Dylan said, I think it would be a good idea to explore some different body types and like try to push them in that direction. The usual archetypes. Like you have the standard character, you have the character that's more buff, a little stronger like that, or someone that's more bottom heavy, etc., etc. Someone who's like a little fatter, someone that's like scrawnier, etc., etc. Show that you have range.
You
in
kind of
that,
have
like,
it going
style.
here, but
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you switch to this style, it's kind of getting lost. So
I'm also gonna say, like for the first couple of character designs, I'm not able to like zoom in, and when I click on even when I like right click and hit open image in a new tab, they're all kind of like low res.
yeah, just
I
make it.
see it.
I don't know if that's just on my end though.
I mean, it's decent size. It's not the biggest thing. I guess what Ian is saying is, if you're showing something that is a lot of smaller, because you're fitting a bunch of figures on the same page, right? Everything becomes really small, and we kind of want to click to zoom in to see something bigger, but right now we can't. So just like this one, you can. It gets bigger, or not. It gets even smaller when I open it. Oh, this one's really big, right?
It's Wix. I blame Wix.
Yeah, Wix is hard to use. They give you too much
Yeah.
freedom. This style is cool too. I like this character.
Thank you. That's my D&D character.
Yeah, that's like, and I like this too. You know what? Like, these pieces, make it bigger, show it off a little more. Like, I say these are stronger than these, like, full paintings, Like, these two are cute. And then there's more stuff, another style. All right, I'm gonna pull up. Spending a little time here, but this is my website. I know it's a completely different style, but I just want you to see the presentation
Yeah.
of how organized everything is,
Okay, I see now.
right?
Yeah.
And like when you click, it's bigger. keep it simple, you know. And what I also did is I made sure they're all the same aspect ratio, these images. So
see,
you
okay.
don't get like the weird resizing, like one is bigger than the
Yeah.
other or anything like that. Even when you go into like, these are arranged a little bit, like there's a little bit more variation in terms of sizes, but I still put the design of the presentation is very consistent, you know?
You really like thought this out. when
Yeah,
you
I
were
spent a lot of
doing
time
it.
on the presentation.
Yeah, it's
and
basically
Like, you
graphic
spent
design.
hours on the wiping thing.
Oh yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
like I had this transition, like I spent hours trying to get it the way I wanted to look.
Expert, dude.
But you know, like if your work is good and the presentation is holding you back, you don't want that, right? Yeah, and this is a lot of work. There's more stuff too. I would cut this stuff that's not really related. And I know like in the beginning when you're trying to get a job, you're trying to like branch out and try to do as many things as possible because you're just trying to find work, but it might hurt you more than help. So just try to specialize, and the more you cut, the better the portfolio looks. Or at the very least, if it's unrelated stuff, have it in another page. Like other work, like yeah, this is perfect. Like the stuff that don't go together, put them here, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And then just have a tab for like character design or something like that. Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we move on?
I think you guys covered it.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
that's it.
I like having a photo too. That's cool. Like it makes it seem more personable. Make it easy for them to imagine
Yeah.
working with you, you know?
I really, I said this yesterday or the day before, but I encourage everybody to have somewhere on the internet a picture of your
Yeah,
face.
if it's not on your website, put it on your LinkedIn.
Especially on LinkedIn is really nice, just because I have noticed that people really want to see the person behind the little icon that you have, because
Yeah.
they're going to be working with the actual you. So
Her LinkedIn photo's like 4 years old. Mine was my college grad photos.
oh yeah, as long as it's like it still is you.
Yeah, actually my face probably looks kind of the same.
I think on a general level, just looking at all your work across the board, and fundamentals is something that we're all constantly working on. But I think especially when you're working in like certain TV animation studios, what is this? I think some of your drawings could do with a little bit more. I mean, obviously you're drawing form, but I think you could do a little better in regards to like drawing like three-dimensional forms, especially in like your first couple of characters.
Like handling the folds and stuff.
Yeah,
right? There's
yeah.
gonna be wrinkles where the arm bends or something, right?
Yeah, and
Like-
you know, like, I mean, I'm not like it's hard for me to point out because I'm not sharing the screen, but it's like there are certain things where it's like let's
wanna
take
go
that
back?
dude's pants for example.
That's his pants. Cool.
Like it doesn't feel like there's a strong sense of form within his pants. Like obviously it's pants, you know, it's like two tubes and they're connected at the top, but I think there are certain things where like your T overlaps could work a little stronger in your favor and like properly be more decisive about, like, say you were to model this character in 3D, you know, I think you need to give your 3D modeler a little bit more information as far as to like how the folds work. And you know, maybe you don't want to work for 3D animation room. You know, it doesn't really matter, because you know, a portfolio is meant to impress, and you know, they always want to hire you. They always want to hire overqualified people to do like, you know, even simple stuff. So portfolio is meant to demonstrate as much ability as possible.
And even if it's stylized work, you'll have an easier time, like if you study drapery and how to draw them realistically first, it'll be easier for you to simplify them. instead of coming from a place of being kind of unsure what they're supposed to be doing. This is better. I like this more.
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. And same with like anatomy. Like I know it's stylized, but it'll help.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Shimoda's giving a workshop at 2 p.m.
Oh yeah, go to Kirk's workshop. He
Oh,
might
yeah.
go over drapery actually. He was kind of talking to me about that.
Oh yeah? Well,
Maybe. I don't know.
I
I'm not
need-
sure what he's doing, but okay. All right, let's wrap it up.
Also, if you guys are trying to learn anatomy, I'm gonna plug Dylan's
Oh, don't do
anatomy
that.
pack.
No.
Forgetting.
Here to
Just
help.
because,
Not to-
and I'm saying it honestly because it helped me, because I have been trying to learn anatomy this year a little bit more, and it helped me a lot. So
Okay.
Thank ya.
Yeah, and
thank
we'll
you.
we'll see you around the Discord.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Lauren. I looked through this a little bit. Okay, we're here. Is Lauren here? Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're a little low.
A little low, but I think it's fine.
Where's Lauren? Is it Schmidgen?
It's
All right, I found you. I
Okay,
got you.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
recognize
gotta raise the
this.
volume. Yeah. Okay.
I was
I
seeing
got it.
this on the Discord. Cool.
Backgrounds. Personal work.
Colors are nice.
Yeah, really nice color.
Really nice color. And about page with an email. Yep. And a picture
Hey.
and a short bio. Nice.
Yay!
A plus on presentation. This is very easy to follow.
You should look at the backgrounds.
Can I let me just touch on the presentation real quickly, and then you guys on the background can talk about the work. But some of these pieces are significantly better than others. Put them first, right? I really like this one and this one. I think this should be first and this should be second. And put the gouache. This is traditional, right? Yeah. Maybe put that towards the end or something. Because I really like this.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do think he
this
would benefit from
some-
cutting.
Yeah, put that up first and move this stuff. Like traditional is cool, but you're trying to get a job and it's mostly going to be digital work. So move this at the bottom and put this stuff first. Same here. Like, oops, this is good, but the painting itself has a lot of nothing, and I would rather see other stuff first. Okay, all right.
The gas station's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, just to go back to on Dylan's point, the one that you were pointing at, like, this is cool, but the other interior,
This one?
yeah, that one. This is something that you're definitely going to be doing on the job, but unfortunately, in a background portfolio, it's not as impressive as compared to something like the gas station, where there's like a hero prop present.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
it's like
Yeah.
not a flat.
Same with like the moonlight scene too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
not that you
something you
did
can
this
do.
badly. It's just the nature of this background. There's nothing in it,
Yeah.
right? And compared to something like this, it's a little bit more interesting. These are designed by somebody else, right?
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that a bit because, like, I know that these layouts that other people provide are awesome, but the one problem with this, we're using other people's layouts, is that a lot of people have them in their portfolios.
Right,
That
yeah.
one, I've seen, like, even just in these, like, submissions alone, I'm pretty sure we saw 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of other people that we saw the same backgrounds.
Yeah,
in their
and same with
portfolio.
the kitchen too. That
Yeah.
It's Angela's kitchen. No, Brittany's.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Brittany,
I thought
yeah.
Angela's been selling some layouts and people as well. if you really,
Whoa.
really, oh, I was gonna say, if you
Sorry.
really like can't draw layouts, then you know, do what you have to, I suppose.
Did you draw this one?
Did, yeah.
You can draw.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Do your own.
yeah,
I-
like if you really can't do it, then okay, fine, use other people's layouts, but you'll stand out more with your own if you can actually draw them yourself.
Yeah, especially since like Angela's circle, they're all more or less trying to get the same job, so they're
Yeah.
more or less applying to the same places, and there's definitely going to be overlap.
Unless you're super confident that your paintings are better than all the other people's.
As far as color goes and everything, yeah.
Right.
Which is gonna,
'Cause
it's
all
harder
it's really
to stand
doing
out.
is you're now comparing yourself to other people that might be better and trying to get the exact same job as you. And yeah. So just be careful, man. You got this. This is nice.
Yeah, you can totally do it.
I guess so with that one, it was pretty heavily relying on a reference image. Whereas with like those other Brittany Thorson pieces, they're more like stylized, and I wanted to do something because I got a comment from somebody else that my folio was filled too much with stuff that looked like plein air. So I've been trying to push it more in the stylized direction so I could be more hireable at, you know, like studios that do like kid shows.
Well, it's not just that. It's not necessarily like there's anything plein air, but plein air naturally has a very sort of quality to it. So, and it's not really like something you can use in production because the style and quality can. So that's what I think.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Chelsea?
I just really want to emphasize that I don't know if people understand the job fully because I mean, you don't fully understand it till you get it. But visual development is a design job. Like you're designing and you should really know like how to design. Even if you're a background painter, you're designing color. Like you should, background people should honestly, I feel, know how to design a background. And so I would put a lot of attention into learning that and just learning shape language and learning, you know, foundation drawing skills and just really like hammering that in because at the end of the day, you're a designer. So I'm just emphasizing that.
Yeah, and you want to design for the format, right? Because like, so the biggest difference between like, you know, like a plein air painting and like a background design for like an animation is, you know, plein air painting is kind of just like a loose painting of like whatever you see in front of you. Whereas like a background design, there's, you know, a clear foreground, middle ground, background, and a floor plane for the characters to walk on, you know, which I think, yeah, like this one, for example, is very successful as far as like a BG layout goes. Because, you know, I can imagine the character just chopping up you know, some carrots on the side, and, you know, there's a foreground to like maybe like obscure them a little bit, but like it looks like there's somebody meant to be there. And that's the biggest difference between that and like say a plein air painting where it's a little unsure where the character is supposed to go, because again, you know, when we design backgrounds, it's meant for animation. You know, there's supposed to be a character in there, so you know you got to think about where the character should be. And you know, sometimes people in their background paintings, in their background painting portfolios, they add a character to help them establish that kind of relationship. But also, it also, uh, in my opinion, it makes your character, or it makes your background painting a little bit more interesting, even if you just have like this one character and like a, you know, just like just there. You know, it adds a little bit more character. And you know, like you're doing backgrounds, you're not designing characters. Why am I drawing a character? The unfortunate reality is, sometimes for recruiters, it's a little easier to connect with like a scene if there's just a quick character just drawn in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these are your backgrounds, Ian, right?
Yeah.
Was that what got you hired onto our show?
Yeah. Jake said that the style matched like pretty closely, so I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't ask Jake about why I got hired, so now I don't know why I got hired.
I really
Chelsea, go.
really love your color in your pieces, Lauren. So like I think it's just a matter of applying that more so like to those layouts and stuff, and just working on like I mean I don't know if you want to do background design. It looks like you want to do background paint. Another reality of
There's design here.
background
and there's paint
painting.
here,
Oh,
so
I see. I
it's
see.
both.
A lot of times the background designers can paint and design, so they can actually take background painting jobs if they come up. But you have a lot of strengths, and I think it's just a matter of like
Yeah,
continuing.
your colors. I mean, and I saw that the plein air painting is definitely helping. Like you really
Totally.
know what you're doing when it comes to painting, but
Yeah, it's good
just
stuff.
curating the work a little bit more and having more of a purpose to the making this seem more hireable rather than just having good colors,
I think one thing I will say, if you want to pad out your portfolio a little bit more, is to do more backgrounds with different light sources. Because I see a lot of your paintings are like, they're kind of like overcast. It's very neutral lighting. I'm seeing like one direct sunlight painting on the bottom right. But maybe you could try like in your interior piece, for example, the kitchen one. It's kind of like neutrally lit, but maybe you can have the dominant light source in another interior piece be from like the ceiling lights, for example. Maybe you can do a sunset piece, for example. Uh, something like that.
Cool.
Show that you have more variety as far as lighting goes.
You have them here.
Yeah, I think you could use that and apply that to like
apply it to
natural
these
background
projects.
painting. Because you're clearly capable. It's just a matter of content and organization at this point.
Cool.
Right, let's move on to the next
Let's
one.
move on to the next one. Sorry, I'm clicking through stuff.
Thank you, Lauren.
Lauren's stressing out. She's like, oh, take a lot of notes. We're here to help too. So if you want to post your work or whatever in the Discord, we got you. We got you. All right. Who is
Probably
this?
gonna go a little bit over a while.
Yeah, it's
sorry,
okay.
Guys. Yeah, we'll go till we hit the last person, which we've got 3 more people.
Yeah. All right.
Including this one.
Manali Shukla.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you.
Hello, did I say your name right?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's Manali.
Can
Manali?
you maybe have it up on put your name at the top here. I know it's over here, but I want to know who I'm looking at.
You want to remind them whose portfolio.
Yeah, have your name up at the top. That'll help.
The picture's cool too.
Picture's cool.
Leave it.
You have a picture here too. Do you see? Good
Yeah,
portfolio.
I like
you guys
this.
today. Everybody's got it together.
Yeah,
I like
you guys
that.
are doing good.
Oh, have your email instead of a contact form.
Or put both. Put your email.
You have your email here, right? But this is the contact page. Just have it here too, just so they can copy your email. And if you guys were not here before, the reason for that is because sometimes the people who are looking at your website, they're recruiters and stuff. They're not the ones contacting you, right? They might want to copy your email and send it off to an art director or somebody, or pass your name around, and they want to be able to have that contact instead of just this contact form. Also, like, if I send this to you, I don't know if you got it or not. There's no confirmation or anything like that. So just have the email that they
Right,
can
yeah,
copy.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. All right, background. Ooh. Whoa, bam, this beam of light. It's very intense. I'm just gonna look through everything first, and then we'll talk about environment design. Awesome. Alright, prop design. Is this the Netflix lunchbox?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yep. Cool. It's very organized. Everything is, whatever I click, I get.
Yeah. That's nice.
Illustration, illustration. Yep. And I go to
Thank you so much.
sketchbook. Sketchbook. You're right. Perfect. Yep.
Oh, nice. I could only do like 4 days of plein air pool this year.
You did the whole thing.
I did the
Yeah,
whole
it
thing
really
last year.
helped. It was so hard doing one every single day, but I think it really
Yeah.
helped.
It's horrifying.
Okay, let's talk about what is this? Background paint.
And then you said you're interested in background painting, viz dev, and concept art.
Yep.
So let's see.
Well, their colors. No one wants to just draw.
Do you guys think that this project kind of stands out from the rest? Like it's like,
Well, I think that the other projects might be stronger.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think we might cut these.
Yeah, I think you would benefit from cutting pieces in your portfolio. The first portfolio we looked at, I thought had a good amount. Because remember, you guys, you're judged by your weakest piece. So the piece that you have that is the lowest level, that's kind of what they're going to see. And they're going to be like, oh. If you can try to keep everything kind of like same level, it's going to help a lot. Yeah, I think I would cut the
This project, right?
yeah, both
Yeah.
of those, because the other pieces are
The other ones are way
significantly
better.
And
Yeah.
the castle's a lot better than the house.
Yeah, I like this.
You have
I like these. I
you
like
have
these.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, no,
You-
go
you
for it.
ha- I was gonna say the castle. The reason why the castle works better than the house is because it's not just like a castle and then the ground and nothing like helping the transition. Like because the house is just attached to the ground, but there isn't really anything to help transition it to the ground. But with the castle, you have like these trees and rocks, so that helps give it a lot more dimension to it, and I think that's why it's more successful.
It's a much better design, right? Like this
Yeah.
feels like it exists in reality. You know, it's the castles. There's trees. There's a pathway to get there. A little bridge. A little entrance.
Yeah, and your eyes move around the piece more
This is
as
just
well.
kind of like in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah, the layout feels a little underbaked compared to the castle, which is a lot more grand, a lot more fleshed out.
Yeah, like this
Yeah,
is-
the house actually, it's an older project. I think that's why
Yeah.
the level of work isn't the same.
Yeah, I would cut it. I mean, and it's older and it's not as good. I think you have better work here, so
Mm-hmm.
this is
Yeah,
cool.
this is nice.
I wish there was a bigger version of this one that we could see, so we don't have to like click on these to open them. Maybe. I think
Valid.
Ian kind of went over this the other day about the application of paint. Be careful with like a lot of texture and the low opacity brushes because it can get a little muddy where the color transition and the shapes are not as clearly defined. Like the edges are getting a little. You know, edges you want to use it to your advantage, and when you have a hard edge and a soft edge, it can create contrast. And if everything is kind of all mixed together, we don't really know what's more important and where to look. So just be careful with the edge and the paint application.
Yeah, I'll just repeat myself. Have you? I assume you've seen Spider-Verse, right?
Yep.
And you've seen the concept art for it.
Yeah.
So there was a period of time where everyone's kind of like copying that style, and everyone's paintings became so good because of that. because the style of Spider-Verse requires you to paint at like full opacity and like not really like smudge around, but like lasso tool out everything. So there's a lot of decisiveness to the shapes and the brush strokes, and you know that confidence and that decisiveness kind of like shows through the painting as opposed to something where it's a little bit more smudgy, you know, like you don't really know where things start, where things end, and it feels a little blurry. You know, there's a lot of confidence to like the Spider-Verse paintings that I think that we could all learn from, you know, like, maybe not so much the style, but just recognizing that having more confidence and like decisiveness and like more purposefulness in your shapes. Like Dylan, if you can scroll to the trees.
This one.
Yeah. Like the trees aren't like smudgy. But I think you can be a little bit more purposeful in like the shapes of the trees like in the foreground. They don't feel like the strokes don't feel very purposeful is what I'm trying to say. Like it doesn't feel like they're very well thought out, and like doesn't feel very naturalistic either. It kind of just feels like just kind of placed there randomly.
Let me look up. I'm just looking up some tree concept art, and I just want you to see like, you see how these shapes are very, I don't know whose work these are, but
there's a gestural quality to it, and there's a clear
this was
large
design, right?
Yeah.
This was purposeful. It looks like this for a reason. It's not just a random shape.
There's a large, medium, and small, you know.
See like these, you know.
Something that will help you
Yeah,
with confidence.
I see what you mean.
Something that will help you with confidence too with painting is forcing yourself to use like a hard round brush. What Ian was saying, like the Spider-Verse paintings, those are all like hard brushes, and
There's a lot of texture here. Texture brushes hurt more than help when you're
Yeah.
trying to learn.
especially when you're coming up and trying to learn, like try to avoid the texture brushes as much as you can, because your stuff will look more confident, you'll gain more confidence because it's harder, and just do a lot of repetition, do a lot of paintings.
Yeah, and I think another thing about smudgy painting and like abuse of like texture brushes is that your values start to get muddy, and because of that, your painting starts to look a little muddier. Contrast to like, you know, that pink piece on top right before this. There's a lot more decisiveness in the values here than in the in like the snow painting, for example.
Yeah, this is
Like,
much
your
better,
darks, you got
right?
your lights, and you got
The
your-
darks are darks, the lights are lights. Yeah. Let's look at some. I really like your drawings. These are really good designs. Perspective is
If
good.
it were being used for an actual layout, though, it does need to be tightened up more. Like a production layout, just because, like, there's gaps and stuff.
Yeah, like these lines.
Just
Should,
fill in with a lasso tool.
just-
Or I'm looking at the chair, too.
this chair.
Yeah. If you look at the base, right, there's like all these gaps and the shapes. It's not very decisive. Although I also hate chairs. I have this
Like this is fine for concept art, but if you're trying to be a background designer and this is going to get passed off to a background painter to paint, it needs to be tighter than this.
And this
Yeah,
is for the
but-
purpose of the painter, right?
Yeah. But like the layout design, it can be a little bit more rough. That's okay.
Make sure to watch your scale too. The desk is almost as big as the bed. Maybe it's a
This
bigger.
desk and this bed, yeah.
Very big.
I don't think the desk is too big. I think the bed is too small for this
Okay,
room.
yeah, could be
right?
that.
Make
Yeah.
the bed a little bit
In relation
bigger.
to the window, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the window's
that-
big
that-
too.
Closet
think-
thing is very, or shelf or something. Very, very big.
Dylan and I have a closet like that.
Really?
Even though, you know what, like even if the bed is small, right? Like as far as this design of the room, the bed is competing for attention with the desk because they're the same size.
Yeah,
And
it
even
shouldn't
the
go.
windows, right? Like visually, they're all the same size. And I would make, if the bed is a little bit bigger, it'll create more of a focal point here.
Yeah.
This will be kind of the main piece of the room, and everything will facilitate it. Like, I really like your shelf here. Like, there's a
Those are
big,
cool.
medium, small.
There's
That's
some
perfect.
perspective stuff, by the way, on the window, the left window.
This
It's
one.
like, yeah, there, like on the sill. It's not matching the perspective one.
Yeah, I think you can also see that in like the top of the desk.
This.
That and the tent's not quite on the ground.
Yeah,
It's the
just
back. It feels
perspective.
like-
Perspective.
yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it
perspective
short.
and a little bit more care to like the forms of like certain things. Like if you go back to the painting that, or
I'm sorry.
the other one, the one we were just looking at,
This one.
That one.
the one that we just zoomed in on. Yeah, like if you look at the nubs on the desk at the bottom.
Oh,
Like,
it's missing
they don't-
one.
Yeah, if you just look at the nubs, the legs on the desk, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it's missing one. But also like it doesn't feel like it's being placed onto the floor. It doesn't. It feels like it's kind of like floating on top because it's not a proper cylinder, and you know like maybe a desk has like a round nub to its leg, but you know you want to make sure that the different elements within the scene, like you want to make them feel like they're like connected to each other, you know, that they exist in the same space. And that's one thing that perspective will help, but also just like fleshing out where things are like touching, you know, like where forms are touching at each other.
I
Yeah.
do
Is
want to
this newer
say,
than this? More recent?
real quick, I do want to say that I see these things that are being mentioned, that we're mentioning, and I think it's a result of having a lower foundation level. And basically what we're saying is
I
to
think
just...
everybody's problem is not enough
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah, and I want to say that for
Most
every
advice
portfolio in here.
applies
It applies to us too. Like if
Yeah,
I'm struggling
everyone.
with something, it's because the foundation is not good.
So,
I-
and usually what will happen is if you don't, like if you're having to think of so many different rules and so many different things, you'll forget to add something, and that happens to all of us. So like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you know, forget to add like a leg on the table, it's because you're thinking about, you know, the window perspective over here, and it's a lot at one time. So I would say honestly, like, because we're like, you know, nitpicking these, focus on foundation. It's gonna take you way farther.
Especially like this is a background heavy portfolio. You're clearly interested in doing background or environment design. It's gonna be a lot of perspective. So if there's anything that you should be really confident about, it's perspective.
I'll also say that you're in a background job or background design job, you're being given storyboards and you have to make backgrounds out of it. The storyboard artists do not necessarily know perspective.
That's very
You
true.
have, which means you have to fix it.
Yeah,
you
you're
have
fixing
to
their
really know it
problems.
because you have to fix, I know, like all their stuff.
You're working really hard. You did the whole plein air pool,
Yeah.
everything is,
No.
and it's a really good professional, like organized portfolio. But yeah, perspective and just a little bit more confident, which it'll just come with the practice. Don't worry.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
keep
The
going.
grind for fundamentals is a never-ending journey.
Cool. Should we move to the next?
Manali, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I totally agree with everything you guys said. I'll definitely work on my perspective.
Yes.
And like we said, you can always post in here and give updates and stuff and get help.
All right. Rachel Kim.
Hello.
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 You made it. All right. Look over everything. Portfolio. Oh, this just scared me. I just looked at this and I just got creeped out.
Clowns.
Oh, that's nice. Ah, that scared me too.
I love that.
I don't know how I feel about this. I want to like the portfolio, but it scared me.
Also, guys, we have Alex in here, so I told him that
Is Alex getting on?
he can jump in. Alex is in here, yeah. Alex
he wants
Henderson
to.
is in here.
If he wants to. Wait. Some of these is repeated. These are backgrounds, design, and prop.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, it's right here. Got it.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous. This is repeated. Be careful with repeating work.
Yay, everybody has pictures of themselves.
Everybody's doing great today.
Yeah, everyone's got good bios.
I just have a picture of a capybara.
I'm going to become a meme eventually. Dylan in the contact page.
Dylan in the contact page. That's like a band name.
Hey, do you guys think that this is
Wait, yeah,
really
that's
strong?
that's definitely one of your strongest pieces. I was about to say.
Put this up first. This one is the best piece.
Yeah, so I guess this of all pieces related to that.
And then
right?
put this right after because it's kind of
After,
related,
yeah.
right? Like this is the same project. Yeah. Oh, Alex here. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Oh.
Does this scare you? This scares me.
I've definitely had a dream
This
where
not so
something
much.
similar happens.
Oh my god.
She's wearing a tutu.
I just wanted to show consistency because one of the girl character turns into the alligator, so there's like a little storyline going on.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because I don't know that from looking at this. How can we make that possible?
I think it's because the color script's near the top, so you're supposed to see that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But that's not in the color script, is it?
It's
not?
Everything is good, but it's
It wasn't really a color script. It was more like thumbnails trying to like plan out the pieces. It was something I did
they're
for
all
Zach
here.
Retz's class.
Right.
Yeah, they are there. Oh, Zach Retz, huh?
Oh, we should have Ehao in here.
Hey, put this project first. Move this to the top.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Also, I just got creeped out right away when I looked at this. Maybe that's just me.
No, yeah,
But I think this is
that's
much
a very beautiful
stronger.
piece. I would 100% put at the top.
Thank you.
Is this more recent?
Yes, I was trying to go for more like TV style.
Yeah, you guys' most recent pieces are not always like don't always feel like you have to put the newest stuff at the top. Kind of like look at your portfolio as a whole. It's funny.
Yeah, because they don't know that, right? When people look at it, it's like, it's whatever I see first is what I'm looking at first, and you want to make a really strong first impression.
You
And
want like
this,
a wow
This
piece.
piece is definitely.
Yeah, you want something that like someone's gonna go to your portfolio and be like, wow, and then like keep scrolling. Something to entice them to keep going.
Even this
usually you want to end or you want to start strong and end strong if it's possible.
This is a good piece.
You keep coming back to it, yeah.
Also, there's this thing of like, I know like this is chronological to the story, right? But again, we don't know that. And I would rather you just put the stronger pieces up first. Maybe.
Okay. So would you recommend that, let's say like some of my stronger pieces, it would like separate the stories a bit? Would that still be okay? Or
What do you guys think? Because when I look at this, I don't know that they go together.
Okay, I would almost, because, and this is just my opinion, but I would almost just cut to the best pieces because like on my portfolio, I have a project, the Foo project, and I did a ton of like finished pieces for that, but I didn't put them all in my portfolio.
Yeah, this is not in order.
It's not in order. And I did it by like the ones that I felt like were the best, and I like tried to start strong and end strong. And I don't know, I also put like a link to watch the short film, but yeah, I feel like for a portfolio anyway, it's better to curate rather than like try to like it. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do exactly, but I really do think that the strongest pieces should come first. So either I would say rearrange or cut.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I agree. I think also like on your landing page, because as you scroll down, everything's like so streamlined. It's if I'm not like paying super close attention, I couldn't really tell when one project started and another ended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like so maybe like add a gap in between or like a little title of some sort.
For
If you
mine, I
really
do
Or,
titles.
what I've done for myself is the different projects actually have a different presentation, right? Like this project, my Fever Town project, is very bright colors, and I look at the background element I added to this.
It feels different.
It's very like pop color, right? And I go to my next project, the same, my formatting changes.
Another thing
So they
too,
know like this feels completely different than the next project.
something you did, Dylan, was you made the template, which I think is cool because when you guys are working on a show, like you're always going to have a template that you have to put the work on. Like if at least if you're doing like production work for animation, at least like the TV and feature that I've been on, there's always a template.
Yeah, you can make a template
So
that'll help with that.
I wouldn't say for the mood pieces, like mood pieces, you don't need a template, but if you're doing like props and stuff like that, it's kind of cool to have your own template for the project that makes it cohesive.
This one does. There's a template here.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it'll separate a little bit more,
I see.
But just, it also has to have a purpose, like just a simple black background. Like, why is it black? And is it, because I know like this is for that alligator one, and it's when I see the alligator project, it doesn't feel like a black background type of project.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's very like lively.
You could even
There's
do
a lot
like,
of, hey,
yeah, like white.
you know
or
what? There is a
light gray.
template. There's the
Oh,
black
yeah.
bars. It's not quite clear.
I noticed in some of the other portfolios, they kind of had I guess kind of like a title card for each of their.
Yeah.
thing.
And don't
So maybe
get
it's-
too big with the title card because you're gonna be judged on your typography.
Yeah, and logos and stuff, like your graphic design and stuff. What I did is I just took like a little drawing that I'd done and I used that as my like my little icon. But yeah, be careful with that stuff. But I do think it's cool to have a title, like a little logo or something.
feels a lot more grand.
Yeah. Let's talk about the actual work. Let's go back to what makes this piece more successful than the other ones?
Color lighting and the layout.
Yeah, composition.
Like the lighting is very naturalistic. It's very opening. It feels like like she's entering a new room. We're entering new projects. But also like the layout of things. Like the set dressing is very fleshed out compared to like the like even this or like even the last painting in this or the last painting in that project rather.
No.
The bedroom one.
Bedroom one.
Scroll up.
Here we go.
Yeah, you're moving. Yeah, that one. Like it feels like this feels a little empty. Like maybe there's like more stuff on the floor. Maybe there's posters on the wall.
There's also no lighting here.
Yeah, compare that to the Discovery image. Like there's so much stuff here. It's like there's so much to look at. Like it feels very inhabited. And the sense of lighting, like it feels like, like a lot of the juice from painting comes from the light. And there's a lot of that in here and not so much in the moody bedroom painting.
You gotta scroll down a little bit.
I think it's mostly the composition for me in this one. Like the elements are almost competing, and this
Like evenly
piece, it's like
spaced.
very clear that we're looking here.
I think Ian has a really good point about the set dressing. That's that's part of being a background designer is dressing a set and making it feel lived in. Like
that big, medium, small, how
yeah.
you stack your objects in the room. This one, like everything is a little evenly spaced out.
Yeah.
And there's no hierarchy of like, does it go from big to small and pointing our eyes somewhere? And it's like, this is the area of the highest contrast, and there's nothing to look at here. You know, as opposed to this one, the highest contrast is here, right? The figures are dark and the background's light. So we look here first, and this is the focal point. This is where the characters are. And this one, it's like, the story's happening up here, but visually we're looking over here, you know?
Yeah, actually, if you stay on that painting for a sec, I think what would help this a lot, just as a pointer, is like if you made the purple light coming from outside a lot stronger than the orange. So the purple light, like we would look at that first, and the orange would be like, oh wait, there's something coming over there, you know?
Tone down the orange and make the purple the main light source.
Yeah.
I guess something about like the reason why the other backgrounds, that one's more successful too, is that it says a lot about the person who lives there. Like they have trees and plants and stuff. They obviously they probably like to travel because they have a globe and all these like little masks and souvenirs on the wall and stuff. And like, yeah, this too is also like has a lot of like nice set dressing that says a lot about person living there. You know, it's got like a little plant in the bathroom.
You have a strong like, the lighting is good. Like, I know I'm in a bathroom. Like, this is the bathroom lighting, right? Compared, and like this is, you have a good sense of lighting, but I think it's just a matter of like choosing the lighting to use to tell that specific story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go to the background design. Oh, cool. Yeah, the set design. It's a little like, if I feel like some pieces are designed really well and some are lacking, it's a little inconsistent right now. So just right, see, like this is a little bit spread out a little, and it's the same problem here applies as into the painting, right? Like things are evenly placed and they're not where, oh no, a vacuum's going on.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Caroline's mic cut out for a little bit.
Oh wait, in the background drawing,
You're
there's elements over here that all got cut.
There's a lot of stuff. There's more stuff I see here than I saw in the other one.
Yeah, so like this one is
interesting.
better. There's more interesting stuff where you had that orange lighting.
You could still have like more set dressing stuff though, like what's supposed to be on the table, you know?
Okay, props. Pretty much same stuff on the other page. Miscellaneous. More paintings. Oh, this is like a landing portfolio page. Some stuff is getting repeated. I might just, excuse me, sorry. If they're already over here, maybe there's only 2 projects here, right? So I might just do project 1, project 2, background design, prop design, and just kind of end it like that.
It's actually 3 projects.
Oh, right.
I actually think that's fine, because like the landing portfolio is just like a general demonstration of what you can do, but like if you're applying to something very specific, like background design or props, you know, they could just send that page to the recruiter. I don't think it's fine if things repeat, because like you know, recruiters are like scrolling through these. I don't think they'll notice.
I think you can repeat. I think we were talking about this last night. Like you can repeat things, but I wouldn't repeat too much.
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Okay. We should move on because we're running way over.
Anything else? That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Put this first. It's a really good painting. All right, we have Sadie. Sadie here. Uh-oh, Sadfest is talking and I can't hear. Is that Sadie? Can you guys hear?
I cannot. Can anyone else?
Is it? I can't hear anybody at all. Can you guys hear me?
No,
Wait,
it's
I can hear
yeah,
Dylan.
she's
Oh,
like in
okay,
the
I can
chat.
hear you.
Okay.
Is
Can you
my-
guys hear Sadfest?
No, she's they're typing in the chat.
Okay, all right. You can type. I'm reading. Don't worry. All right. Sadie Bo Shipton. Oh,
Nice.
Interesting stuff. Yeah.
these are really nice. Oh, I really like this one.
Oh,
There was an attempt to talk for a second. Character design. Oh. Everybody's scaring me with their portfolio.
Good portfolios. They're gonna steal the jobs from you.
Well, cool. Illustration.
It's nice.
That's nice. Oh, whoa. I might not have clicked on this, but I did, and things started moving.
I like it a lot though.
Yeah, make this easier to, because I might have missed the rest of these, and
Yeah.
they're all pretty
Oh,
good.
well,
So just
they're so
show them
well
all.
done.
Don't do like the flip through thing. Oh wait, does that mean this is also flip through? Yeah. See, we missed it completely. So just have them all out in a gallery view so we can see everything. Sketchbook.
Oh my
Sketches.
God, the dog.
Wow.
All right.
She says there's another
Look at-
slideshow on the BizDev page. Wait, let's go on the BizDev page. Apparently there's
So
another
cool.
slideshow.
About with the email. Is this
Oh, Rizzy.
the school email?
Yeah.
Should it
alumni.busy.
be? Oh, and this will stay up forever?
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's an alumni email. so
Because
they'll
my
stay up
school
forever.
email's gone. I can't access it anymore.
Yeah, we lost our school email.
So just
but
be
that's
careful. You might want to
alumni.
just use your own email. Just get a Gmail or something.
Hey, you guys don't get an alumni email? I have an alumni email.
No.
I wonder if we did, and I didn't
Maybe
know.
we did. I just didn't know
I should
about
look
it.
it up. I don't
Those
think
are
we did
supposed to
though.
stay forever.
Okay.
I just don't use mine because mine got too long.
I really like this portfolio.
What is the
very
main thing,
slow.
Sadie? What is the main thing you're trying to go for? Like, what are you trying to
This
specialize
is character
in?
design, background paint, creature design, visual development, concept art,
That's
basically
why
everything.
That's
And
why
you
I'm
can't
asking
do everything.
though,
Feature
because I feel
biz
like,
dev, right?
I mean, that's basically feature viz dev, but even in feature viz dev, you're gonna have to specialize because they're not gonna give you everything. I mean, you're expected to know how to do everything in feature viz dev, but we all have our specialties.
I mean, this is pretty good, I think.
I feel like if they wanted to, they could literally do anything. I think the
Yeah,
quality
I
is very
agree.
up there. Like everything's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing like super like weakening your portfolio. Like you're clearly capable.
Sadie said viz dev and characters preferred.
Yeah.
I would lean into the character, honestly, if you're interested in that.
Yeah, but it's okay to have visual development because this is good. This is not like it's
Paintings are
lacking.
good.
or
They're very
anything.
striking, especially like the first one and the subway painting is
Yeah,
really
this
cool.
is dope.
I don't know if the sketch is needed.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know, what do
kind
you
of looking
guys
at this
think?
and I'm like, the top is way better than this, and it's the same thing.
It's kind of cool to see, but I don't think it's.
Yeah, not necessary. Cut
I would
this.
say
Make
if
your
there
stuff
were
even
more.
stronger.
If you had more sketches, and it'd be cool to have them like small together, but I don't know if you need like that one.
Yeah, that it's starting to repeat a little bit, and like you're clearly good, but you have a lot of work. Like I'm scrolling through here, like look at how small my thing is. Like it's a lot, and it's good, but it'll be even better if you cut.
Yeah,
Mhm.
usually, especially with like the illustration viz stuff pieces, you want to show off different sketches to show that you're thinking about like different options for this shot.
Oh, I got you, Ian. See?
Like
Yeah, like these
perspective
are
and stuff
cool.
and composition.
They feel a little underbaked. I know they're sketches, but I think for as far as like presentation purposes, maybe not so much. But yeah, I would definitely take out like the sketches for the already refined illustrations.
Yeah, if you have one sketch and one
Yeah,
finish,
it's just
then the
redundant.
sketch is not really saying anything.
Yeah, and that's real estate that's going to waste.
Like
Real
this
estate
is
as my
fine, right?
space on
Like this
portfolio.
is compared to.
Yeah, because it
Yeah,
also
this shows
shows
off color
different
options. That's
scenarios
fine.
and stuff.
Actually, you know, like if we're being like super
this.
nitpicky, I would put like the color options in that painting. Like I would put them in like in a row.
Oh, like four up, right? Like all in the same row. Yeah.
Like a horizontal. It's just a safe space, and this is just like very min-maxy, but like.
Oh, there was a flip
Big
through
here. You have to min-max your portfolio. You have like.
Oh my God, there's so much work.
I really like it though. The line quality is so nice.
Yeah, I think even though you've got good stuff, like I would cut.
Gotta cut.
Yeah.
I should probably curate.
We should all cut. Everybody's portfolio can.
Yeah, mine could
cut.
too, honestly. I have like.
It's not even that it's bad. It's just the sheer volume might be overwhelming, and
is this
you
on
want
your
to make sure that the recruiter is looking at what you want them to look at, and the more stuff you have, the less likely that is to be the case.
You can put like the like sketches, like a lot of this stuff could be on your Instagram or social media or something, so people can still see it, but your portfolio website should be very curated.
I think that's a good point. Like everything can go on your Instagram because that's what it's for. It's your feed, but portfolio is a very specific need.
Yeah, and consider the presentation again, like what we told Rachel about, like have a template or something so it's easier to kind of see this. Like there's an attempt here at a little thing, but apply it throughout. And I think because you have a lot of stuff, so you cut or like you want to organize them, because it's a little overwhelming seeing everything. But it's good stuff. I don't think there's.
It's very hard for me to say what you should cut because everything's good.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just about organizing them.
There's a lot of variety. There's not a lot of overlap within like the character designs. Like I know for another one, I was saying like, oh, the characters kind of have the same body shapes, but like all your characters are pretty varied. So it's like you're showcasing
even,
a
like,
lot of
the
ability.
exploration or. Yeah, good work. No comment. Organization, presentation. That's really all I have to say.
I think this is one of the cases where if you just organize your portfolio a little better and just start applying, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
And we've seen that happen before.
It's happened,
people who can't find work, but then all we had to do was move stuff around in the portfolio, and all of a sudden they're getting a lot of work. This is rare, though.
You can maybe also...
Normally it's the work.
You know what? I have something to say. Maybe include some more props.
Oh, yeah, there's no prop.
Yeah, I'm not seeing props, and inevitably, I mean, at least if you're going to do like general viz dev, you are 100% doing props. So it would be cool to see some more props in here.
Yeah? Yeah?
I think we're good.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Well, we finished in an hour and a half. That's not bad.
Oh, we're done?
Yeah, this was our last one.
Oh, we have one more. Oh, wow.
No.
Okay.
We did it. We went over again.
We went over.
But we got through the ones we said.
Just to talk a little bit more about props. If you do decide to do props, turnarounds, explorations, but also like
Callouts.
Yeah, callouts, texture stuff.
Oh, and scale. Someone holding the prop and using it.
Scale, yeah. Scale is something that I don't see enough, honestly. And that's a big part of production.
Oh, I like the wind in
So
the dog's
cool.
face.
Yeah. Yeah.
We good?
We good? We good.
Thank you, Sadie.
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, I guess that's it. The next event today at 2 p.m. is
Kirk.
a figure drawing workshop with Kirk Shimoto,
You guys should not miss that.
the
It's gonna
master
be
himself. So be sure to check that out.
Oh, the real Kirk Shimoto.
Is that the real Kirk Shimoto?
Cool. And Kirk, if you guys don't know, Kirk works in animation, and he works with Ian and Caroline.
Yeah, he's my boss.
Yeah, he's good at everything.
He's good at everything,
Good at
yeah.
everything.
And he's worked at DreamWorks, and he also teaches at Art Center, and he has classes available too online. So that'll be
Yeah.
at
Hey,
2.
everybody today, good work.
Thank you,
All right.
guys. Good
All right.
stuff.
Okay, I'm signing off. See you guys later.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming.